Hi, I'm Emma.
My name is Sophie.
I'm Daniel.
My name is Marilla Steuter.
I'm from Germany.
I studied agricultural sciences.
And I'm studying food processing.
I'm the principal of Loyola College for Diversity and Sustainability at Concordia University.
For the past 3 weeks, I've been participating in this course with Rosemary Shag.
And I'm here for a very great workshop
Called Sustainability and Community Building. And it was a pilot project.
Especially get interested because I like the topic of food waste. And then I read about the sustainability in communities and I applied for it.
And in my first year, I was able to take 7 Concordia students to Germany. The next year, a number of the German students came to Montreal.
1, 2, 3, 4.
We want to get a cooperation between the University Concordia and the University of Applied Science Fulda.
We paired up the German and the Canadian students into teams of 2, always with 1 German and 1 Canadian student. At the end of the project, everyone had to write a major paper, but it had to be done with everyone's input.
We formed a great team, the 6 Canadian students and we.
What we became was a community of learners. Well, so today, our first day, we started off in the classroom for Science College, and we had introductions.
Well, my name is Jochen Jäger. I'm from Germany.
My name is Ruth.
Hi everybody, I'm David, nice to meet you.
And went through the course outline and formed the teams. To pick one, as you can tell, you cannot see the name, so nobody knows who's getting what. So if each Canadian student would kindly pick up one of these, and then you will find out who you are working with.
Sophie.
Maria. Then we had an amazing lecture on sustainability by Dr. Wack.
I agree, and I hope you will have a lot of fun together, not only fun, but also even work.
And now we are off to have a lovely picnic in the Loyola Quad.
Hi, I'm Renee and I'm from Mexico. I study here Human Environment and Sustainable Studies.
My name's Catherine. I'm from Montreal and I'm studying dietetics. I want to learn more about food production and sustainability in the city because it ties in so much with nutrition and human health. I thought this course would be a really good way to get an introduction to that.
My name is Marie. I'm from Fulda. And I expect nice conversations and nice impressions of how sustainability is defined here and what is the difference to Germany definition. Hey, I'm here! Okay, I'm finished.
I'm really excited to learn more about sustainability and compare my learnings to what I learned about German sustainability and just broaden my understanding of sustainability in general.
I'm Antia. I'm from Germany, Fulda. And I'm hoping to see how sustainability can be realized in different communities.
I'm Daniel. I'm currently living in Fulda and also studying there ecotrophology. And I'm here now for an exchange, more or less a workshop. And we're about to find out more about the sustainability or sustainable practices in Canada, especially Montreal. And that's what I'm looking forward to, and that's why I'm here.
And I'm excited to learn about different places in Montreal that I haven't discovered yet or that I've wanted to discover but haven't had the chance.
So, my name is Annie McLaughlin and I am a communication student at Concordia. I'm looking forward to these 3 weeks of learning more about my city and being able to share it with our amazing German friends.
Hi.
What's your name?
Jenny. I get to meet a bunch of cool people that's from Germany and learn about unconventional ways of teaching classes and having lunch together, as you may have seen, with bread and cheese, and it's pretty awesome so far.
They really like each other. They took to each other immediately. I think it's a really exciting moment for both of them because they come from very different places culturally and linguistically, but they're all going to be working together on the same types of topics. And so the team building is going extremely well. And I think having a picnic helps.
And now they're sharing baguettes.
This was absolutely great, and I think the first hour of all this workshop, of this atmosphere, will be the last minute, and therefore I'm very happy that this came up much more positive than I thought before.
And after that, we're going to take the bus downtown.
You ready to take the shuttle bus?
I'm ready to take the shuttle bus.
Enjoy the rest. I'll speak to you. Okay, talk. Bye. Is everyone in now?
Yeah.
We haven't left any behind.
No stragglers. So the Concordia shuttle bus is very special.
Because part of this class is also about doing interviews with the people that we're going to be meeting. So that's our first day.
So I'm Lücke. I'm teaching microbiology and food science at Fulda University of Applied Sciences.
So it's your first day here teaching. What do you hope to learn from the week, and what do you hope to teach to the students?
Personally, I have some basic knowledge about the social aspects of sustainability and what should be done to make food production more sustainable.
All right, everybody. So this is week 2. How are you guys doing?
The last 3 weeks we've been visiting some local organizations that do sustainable work.
I think I really liked the one with NDG, Food Depot.
And it's for anybody to take. So the idea with Incredible Edibles is that you're planting food for everybody. And one of the slogans of Incredible Edibles, which, as Kathy said, started in England in a small town called Todmorden, is if you eat, you're in. So it's a project
It's not for poor people.
It's for anybody.
It's for all of our community.
The most fantastic part is that everybody who walks by stops. They kind of do a double take. What the hell is that? There's a vegetable garden right on the corner of Sherbrooke.
Transition is sometimes called the social permaculture, which kind of takes place in the city, and it was started by Rob Hopkins, who was a permaculture person in England, and he kind of took it beyond the agriculture component and started transition towns. They're going on all around the world, and really simply it's about challenging ourselves, or looking at how we're going to live in community when we don't have as much oil. Climate change is causing havoc with so many of our systems, and the economy doesn't work the way it used to, the whole growth thing. There was a really neat little interview I saw with Rob Hopkins last night, and how a lot of the degrowth advocates are kind of saying growth is a problem. He's saying growth fit in the 1900s, it doesn't fit in the 2000s. So it's kind of a positive kind of thing. It's kind of saying, well, we're going to have a lot less, but it's an opportunity to kind of get right size.
We live in North America, we have so much, we come from abundance, and once you start to think about feeling so rich, because in fact we are, then your whole mentality changes. Instead of this, oh, I must have more for myself because, you never know what's going to happen next. It just changes the whole mindset. And we had a discussion there from people who worked in the depot.
Because I helped in Food Table, that's kind of like the Food Depot in Germany, and to see the differences there.
So it helps students to really start to see that there are different ways of approaching sustainable neighborhoods. We also took a trip to Valhalla, which was, again, a real eye-opener.
We're on a trip today to Valhalla.
Where the warriors are.
So are we excited to go earth-shipping?
Yeah!
I'm so curious what it's going to look like. Right here.
Yes!
Hello! Hi, Dave. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Lawrence. Nice to meet you, Lawrence.
Rosemary, nice to meet you.
Hello, Dougie. Oh.
That looks really like he's a happy guy.
Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you. Pleasure. Nice to meet you, Viv.
We showed this soya crop that's on our land.
Wow.
I believe so, yeah. So you can just take a look at the earth and see that it's basically like a sponge. Okay. This 55-acre piece of land still belongs to the father of one of the founding members, Mark. Okay. Valhalla is the land where the Nordic people would go before the Battle of Armageddon, and it would be like a sort of like what they would say was that it was a paradise where they would train or party, train and party, before going to the the Battle of Armageddon. And although this isn't so militant in a sense, I guess we are in a way building things and just working every day to try to make the world we believe is possible in our hearts. The diversity is growing. It's incredible. We see snakes and we have frogs and repurposed tires, which is not something many people can say. And of course, there's billions of tires in landfills. So it's great. No shortage of tires, yeah.
Why do they use tires again?
So you can grow them vertically. So that so when this grows 12 inches past the soil, then you put another tire over it. You put more soil inside.
Yep.
And then it has the ability to grow even taller.
Yeah. Heaven, look. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, it's just a beautiful piece of land.
What actually inspired me the most is actually what I found at Valhalla was the way of that they're living.
Valhalla, it's only about 15 minutes away from Montreal, and it's a way of trying to build community from the ground up.
And what they build up, namely the Earthship itself, and how they actually want to include it in all their environment that there is. And definitely gonna look out for that stuff in Germany when I'm back. And maybe I'll just try to start something like that as well.
My most favorite experience was going to the compost place.
The waste management, when we have been at the Compost Montreal and the visit at Compost Montreal in Cameron Stiff. I really like that.
Ask us. Here at the Espace Vert, the city of Montreal. We're going to go visit their compost installation. It's a medium-scale site, so it's about 3,000 square meters. They process green waste from the city, as well as organic waste from my company, Compost Montreal. So Compost Montreal was started in 2007 by Steven. He basically was living close to here and learned about the community composter. And so, you had to walk several blocks to get to this community composter. So he thought, well, I'll just bike over, and that makes it much faster. And then he started talking to his neighbors, and he's like, well, I'll bring it for you. How about that? On my bicycle, $5, maybe $5 a week. And so he started that, and he named it Compost Montreal. He was taking it to these little community compost bins, but quickly it was too much matter. He heard about this site that we went to visit today, which is unique in Montreal. It's unique in many North American cities to have a composting facility of that size in the city, an open air facility like that. This is the start of the process then. This is where things come in. So this is the original pile. So into that pile then they receive a lot of manure, horse manure. There's also a lot of, as you can see, wood chips. There's also, you can see the bags that are in there. Those are compostable bags. So Ty's going to pull out everything that is plastic that is not supposed to go in. He's going to take this out. So all of this then, ultimately it's going to end up in the center. Page at the back is spinning. There's a belt that goes this way. There's a screen. So this is a 1/4 inch screen that's on here, which is what's going to give you the finished compost with nothing in it. So this pile here has just been tested. It's been sent to the lab for analysis. So for 6 years straight now, since they started testing here, the compost that has been produced here has been tested as being of agricultural quality. This stuff is good enough by far to grow new food with. That yard is going to be closed at the end of August, which we didn't mention, I guess. We've been fighting that closure for about 4 months now. And the reason they're closing it is to make it into a parking lot.
For who or what?
For city vehicles. And the Ministry of Transportation is expropriating the Southwest from other yards where it's currently keeping its vehicles.
Today we looked at the 3 gardens that they have, and we looked at some of the veggies and herbs that they've been growing on the roof of the school, which is really, really nice. That's still coming up.
We're making lunch with the harvest actually, so we're at Dorset to talk about community and sustainability. We are breaking bread, though there's no bread. We are breaking pasta together.
What are we doing now?
We are going dumpster diving because we were all supposed to bring a plastic bottle for the next part of the experiment. And some of us, such as absent-minded professors, forgot to bring them. So now we're going dumpster diving at Dawson in order to retrieve plastic bottles.
Garbage picking.
You know, a significant portion of a lot of dumps now, and recycling is actually made up of these plastic water bottles, which actually, when they've tested the water in them, very often the water is no better than, and can sometimes be worse than actually just having tap water. So there's no reason that we shouldn't be drinking tap water.
Basically, if you save your seeds,
you push it, half an inch in, not very deep, because otherwise it won't germinate. Okay.
We formed a great team, the 6 Canadian students and we.
For the last 3 weeks, we've been visiting some local organizations that do sustainable work.
We worked together, got to know a lot of sustainability projects of Montreal.
That means we are going to a lot of projects and got very amazing lectures from very good professors, and we've got a great time. Got a lot of fun and a lot of experience of the culture.
We've had some discussions about the definition of sustainability and realized that it's not very easy to define.
We learn more intercultural competencies, so how to work with international students, or in this case I'm the international student.
I mean, the course is in NDG and I was on my bike, so I'm biking from the other side of the city, downtown city, all the way out here. I'm learning about the environment.
I definitely appreciate the city of Montreal a lot more.
The best part, I think, that they took away from it was that they were able to work with each other.
When you participate in this kind of projects, you learn of what other people is doing. So actually, you can bring those ideas to your own projects and lives.
They will take away the experience that it is very easy to work together just around the world, that you can team up with international students very easily, and that this way of hands-on, very concrete projects is the only way you bring something to the ground.
The course was heavily based on experiential learning. In other words, we had lectures about some of these topics, but the main thing was to get the students out into the communities that existed.
That means we are going to a lot of projects and got very amazing lectures from very good professors, and we've got a great time.
So that it wouldn't just be theory, but so that it would also be a matter of practice. I'm happy that it worked as well as it did. I think it worked extremely well. I'm sort of in shock that the time went by so quickly.
This is an awesome way to end my university career.
3 weeks is like a blink of an eye, and we were very, very busy, and boom, here we are, done.
Hopefully we all get friends and maybe spend some time together in the future.
Gonna meet again, maybe, and they're who are really welcome if they're gonna go to Germany.
You're gonna do it again next year?
Well, it all depends on whether we get funding for next year, because it does involve 3 credits.
I would totally recommend it, especially if you really want to learn about what is going on.
I think the students enjoyed it, so that's always a plus.
Yeah.
We're doing an interview with Annalisa today, and we're about to ask her some question about sustainability in our course. Hello, Annalisa.
Hi.
So the first question for you would be what does sustainability mean to you?
I think that's the most difficult question that you could possibly ask. I disagree with the definition of sustainability that is most commonly used as it relates to sustainable development. I like Andreas Weber's definition of sustainability as enlivenment, where you're actually trying to encourage life and bringing to life communities as well as gardens, as well as your environment.
and so that I do think there's a relationship between actually human communities and making sure that human communities are empowered and actually creating more sustainable community.
I was really interested in how sustainability is defined here and in the small communities and to get to know them.
I think it's harder to define the more you think about it, and we've thought about it a lot during the last 3 weeks. I'm not really sure. Right now, at this moment, on the last day of class, I'm not sure what it means to me.
Coming into this class, I only sort of looked at sustainability from an environmental perspective. I didn't really think about what the word actually meant to me, but I more looked at the word from an environmental perspective. And so in this class, I learned about how, it's not only environmental, you can have economic sustainability, you can have social sustainability, and those are the other components to it, and they're all really crucial to complete the word as a whole.
My view of sustainability did change. I think actually meeting people and talking face-to-face with leaders in the community especially really changed my perspective, because I guess just putting faces on things really helps, and it made me want to participate more in some of the initiatives that I saw going on, and I saw the ways that it improved people's lives, and I saw the way that it really ameliorated people's lives, and I'm interested in continuing to participate.
But I think for me, what sustainability means is just thinking about just awareness in general, thinking about what you're doing, thinking about how you're approaching the world, but how you're acting in the world, how you're treating other people, just a general awareness of yourself and respect. So awareness and respect is what I think.
Well, that's more or less constant progress, actually. So, what came out of here? Yeah, well, I got, I think my knowledge got richer, for sure. By meeting those amazing people that we met. And, it's gonna go on. I think I'm a more, knowing person, for sure. As my knowledge just grew, as I said. And I'm probably gonna be more active when I'm gonna be home. I think that's actually what happened. Could say that, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
And also, what would you say now would be your new defined definition of sustainability for you?
Oh, that's still the same. I already said that. There's nothing actually that changed. There's only more stuff growing into it. You see how sustainability is actually expressed by several people. But it's still sustainability in some way, and that's a good thing about it, actually.
The sustainability through this course, that didn't change a lot. It's still the same, that you have to keep care of your planet and keep it clean for the future generation.
But you always tend to forget how hard it is to implement, and to just see it again, how hard this is to do.
I think people appropriate the word to their own uses, so you can say we're sustainable, but then not have it to do with the environment at all, so the word gets sort of lost in people's individual purposes, and so people don't really know what it means anymore, because it's just it's so broad, it's so versatile, people can just take it and use it as they wish, so it doesn't really have as much potency anymore as I think it once did, when people had a direct idea of what it was.
Did it change your point of view on sustainability?
Not really. I mean, I think there are just really different ways to obtain sustainability and to support sustainability. For example, Compost Montreal, to collect organic garbage. It's more like a neighborhood thing. Yeah.
It's part of your lifestyle. No one has the same definition of what sustainability is, because everyone has a different sense of their lifestyle. So it really depends on the person and what they want to do to benefit the planet.
We want to thank you for such an amazing course, for the past 2 years for some of us, but for others, really great summer. And a lot of learning, a lot of fun.
And then for the babysitter, the technician, all the things you did, you were there all the time in the back of everything. So yeah, you help a lot. Also, I guess Rosemary in the administration. Thank you very much for all.
Thank you again.
Is the course going to keep going? Is it not a pilot project?
Yeah, it's
ready.
We want to do it again. Yeah. We want to do it again. We'll make it better next time.
1, 2, 3. Nachhaltigkeit. Sustainability.
Yay!